It's time once again for That Business Show with Jamie Maloney on 1250 Wins WHNZ, where business becomes show business. Now, live in studio and promoting the entrepreneurial spirit that drives the American economy, your host, Jamie Maloney.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks for tuning in yet again to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business. Again, each and every weekday morning at 8 a.m. here on 1250 WHNZ, a show with a positive message about what's going on in the Tampa Bay and surrounding communities as I talk with different business owners, entrepreneurs, political leaders, just people making a difference in and around the Tampa Bay and regional community. So I invite you to please tune in each and every weekday morning and take a break from some of the political talk and news and sports. It's on the radio just a little bit too much with a show about what is going on in the Tampa Bay community. And as always, I extend an invite to any and all of my listeners out there who would like to make an appearance on the show. I'm always looking for content for the show, and there is no charge to come in and talk about what it is that you're doing in the community. Best way to get me is at my website, tampabayradio.com. There's a contact form on the website over there. Just click on that. Send me a quick message as to what it is that you're doing and why you'd like to make an appearance on the show, and we'll see about getting you lined up on a future show. A lot of slots to fill, and just a great thing to do each and every morning, just talking to different business owners. So I really enjoy doing this, and so please reach out to me, tampabayradio.com. Also, please connect with me on the different social networking sites, facebook.com/That Business Show. You can catch all the show updates, recaps, and previews of the upcoming guests each and every day on that site as well. Also, connect with me over on Twitter under the name Jamie_Maloney. Great show planned for you today. On the second half of the show, we're going to be talking with the CEO of EWI Construction, Casey Ellison. They are a very involved developer in the Tampa Bay region, and also developed the Oxford Exchange as well as many other projects in the region. So they'll be talking to us about some of their projects and also what's on the horizon and what they're seeing out there in the commercial marketplace. But up first, Dr. Johanna Turner serves corporate professionals, athletes, CrossFitters, children, babies, golfers, mothers, pretty much everyone with a spine. Her philosophy is that everyone has the ability to live at 100% of their potential, and age is a way that is free of pain, medication, doctor's visits, and nursing homes. Dr. Turner, welcome to the show today.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
So, first of all, you're let me make this clear. You're a chiropractor with the Elevation Health Network. So let's talk, first of all, what is chiropractic?
So chiropractic is a great way to help improve your health naturally. And what chiropractors do is they actually, everyone kind of practices a little bit different. So you have to ask when you go to your chiropractor how they're practicing. But what I do is I focus on helping make your overall spinal structure stronger and improving your posture. The brain is what talks to the body, right? Mm-hmm. So we've heard that before, and it does that through all of our nerves. So our nerves in our body go to all of our muscles, our organs, joints, and different tissues. So we want to make sure that that communication pathway is completely free and open. So not only do you feel well, but you function better too. So you get great sleep, and you have lots of energy, and you have better digestion. So what I do is I make sure that those pathways are open by checking your spine and by checking your posture and helping restore those things through adjustments, but also through rehabilitative exercises in the office to make your spine structure stronger.
Yeah, I find that a lot of people, and I've been to a chiropractor a number of times. I've had a lot of lower back pains in my early 20s. Mm-hmm. And what I found is that a lot of people aren't familiar that chiropractic is not traditional medicine. Doctors such as yourselves, you do not prescribe medications, correct? And there's a lot of, like you're kind of touching on there in that first talking point there. I mean, you're making adjustments to free up pressures on the spines, to open up pathways. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of got a little bit of a holistic feature to it as well, correct?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, and like I said, every office is a little bit different, but what I really focus on in my office is a holistic, whole body kind of wellness, because if you do free up that interference between those nerves, then you don't only feel better, but you function better too. So only, if you think about it, only about 6% of our nerves are actually for pain or the way that you actually feel, but the other 94% are for how you function. So if you came in, you're like, I'm in pain, like, I care and I don't want you to be in pain. I want to get you out of pain, but I also want to make sure that the other 94% of you is functioning better. So I want to treat you at 100%, just not a little bit.
But you'll find that different chiropractors kind of take different approaches to chiropractic, correct?
Oh, yeah, they do. You can walk into 10 different offices and have 10 different experiences or 10 different adjustments. So everyone's a little bit different, and I think that's great because everyone wants different things. So you find one that fits best with your philosophy and mentality and the way that you want to be treated. But
yeah, I mentioned when I was talking to you before the show, I had went to a chiropractor. I've been to a few of them, and I came across one that really adopted the holistic approach to things, and they took me through a number of applied kinesiology techniques.
Right.
And for people that are not familiar with applied kinesiology, basically it was that the spine is, the central point of the body, and by making certain adjustments, it could give your body different strengths. So they would lay me down and they would basically tell me to push against their hand with my foot, and I wouldn't be able to do it. Then they would do an adjustment on me, and then all of a sudden I had the power to push against their hand. Right. I didn't really buy into that so much. I don't know. Do you get into applied kinesiology with your practice?
I don't so much get into applied kinesiology, but I understand the way that all of that works, because if you do have, we actually call it a subluxation. It's when a bone's out of alignment within the spine. If you have a subluxation, it's like stepping on a garden hose. So it'll decrease that pressure that goes out to that muscle. And if you do an adjustment to take away that subluxation and restore that nerve flow, then now that nerve can tell that muscle that, hey, you need to be strong, you need to resist against this, so you have more strength and flexibility and better feeling there. So I understand that whole concept. I don't communicate it with patients in that manner. I usually try to connect with whatever their driving force is for coming into the office. So, I mean, really, I always ask what their goals and what their dreams are for the next 20 to 50 years, because that's what I really want to help engage and help them improve.
Now, we associate chiropractic usually with lower back pain, but what are some of the conditions, though, that chiropractic treatments can assist people with?
So I don't ever tell people that chiropractic cures anything, because it really doesn't. We're just removing the subluxation, the interference, so your body can help heal itself. And, if you cut your finger, your body knows to clot that area and to heal it. So that's what we help restore, is just that proper communication. But what I've seen in my experience is that chiropractic can help really with back pain, neck pain, numbness or tingling, ear infections, digestive problems, fatigue. It helps if you have proper nerve flow. It can allow you to lose weight easier, and there's just all kinds of different things that it really can help with.
Yeah, I used to go to a chiropractor all the time. Not so much anymore since I've been able to get away from the lower back pain. But it is a great place to go. If anything, it's therapeutic. It's almost like going to a masseuse, so to speak. I love coming out of the chiropractic's office, and you just feel so different, so relaxed. So in and of itself, I think that's a great selling point. How is your practice different from the other offices that are out there?
So what I do is, when you come into the office, or your loved one or anyone that you refer in comes into the office, I actually sit there and I talk to them about how their body works. So I let them know, and I go through and I just break it down for them so they have an understanding of what we're actually looking for. And then as we go through the exam process, I figure out what's going on, and I give them a recommendation based off of what they have going on and what we can do to actually help them. I also talk to all my patients in the office about proper nutrition, because you want to make sure you're fueling your body with proper foods so you stay strong and healthy, and detoxing the harmful toxins that we're exposed to on a daily basis. I talk to them about proper exercise and movement, so you help flush out those toxins, but you also keep your body strong and healthy. And then just overall proper function of the body. So that's that nerve communication from brain to body, and making sure we're restoring that. And I do corrective chiropractic in the office. So the technique I use is actually called chiropractic biophysics. It's CBP for short. And if you go to idealspine.com, you can look more into that. And it's one of the most top research-based types of ways to practice out there. And it's really the way I simply explain it, it's like what braces do for the teeth, we do for the spine. We look at your actual posture, how you stand, and then we actually look at your overall curves of the spine by taking x-rays. And over time, different stresses like accidents or injuries or an overuse like working on the computer will change your actual structure of your spine. When that happens, it'll decrease that nerve flow, so you start to get aches and pains, or your body won't feel like it should, like you get fatigued or tired or have poor digestion. We help restore that. So there's a specific way that we can do that and figure out how much improvement we can actually get. So we give you a realistic idea of what we can actually help you do. We do that through chiropractic adjustments, and then through rehabilitative exercises in and outside the office.
Are there any risks to any of the different adjustments or movements that you do in chiropractic here? One thing that always made me nervous was the neck adjustments. I'd read some things that some neck adjustments can cause some problems if not done properly. But talk to me about the safety of chiropractic techniques.
Chiropractic's extremely safe. There should be definitely different orthopedic and neurological tests that you put your patients through during during that initial examination process to make sure that they are a good candidate for care. Some of those tests that are done, if you're not a good candidate, if you have something going on, it should be ruled out through that examination process. And then if, for example, if you're in my office and any of those things are positive, I'm going to refer you to the correct healthcare professional so you can get that proper help. Not everyone's a good candidate, but if you are completely safe and effective, I definitely have tons of training, and we go through and they train you all through chiropractic school for that, and then also like any additional training afterwards. So I have additional training as far as like the corrective chiropractic goes. I have a basic certification in that, and there's
what type of education is involved in chiropractic? Is it a 4 or 5 year school post your graduate school? Or
right. You have to have your undergraduate, so you have to have your bachelor's degree, and then you have your pretty much covered in all your science courses, and then you go to chiropractic school, and that's pretty, if you go all the way through, it's 3.5 years. So you're looking at almost 8 years total, and you go through, and the difference between chiropractic training and medical training is that instead of getting this pharmaceutical training and the drugs, we get more anatomy and physiology training because we're dealing more with how the body actually functions and how the body works.
And where is your facility located right now?
I'm at Hartley Chiropractic Center, which is on Ulmerton Road in Feather Sound area. It's actually in Clearwater.
Okay. And people, I got to take a quick break, but I want to get your information out there. People can get in touch with you, 727-623-0992. Again, 727-623-0992. Currently talking to chiropractor Dr. Johanna Turner. And coming back from the break, I want to talk about some of the myths around chiropractic treatment. And you're currently listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business.
Bud Spriggs and Movement Mortgage want you to experience the thrill of one-day underwriting and the comfort in knowing your loans will be clear to close in record time. While the competition looks to a lost closing date, Bud Spriggs and Movement Mortgage focus on their 12-day clear to close. They do this by utilizing their world-class operations staff to underwrite your loan within 6 hours, process your loan in 12 days, and have your loan closed in time. Underwritten in 6 hours, cleared to close in 12 days. Bud Spriggs and Movement Mortgage.
Tampa Bay weather is a roof killer. That's why when getting your roof done, you want it done right. Hi, I'm Jamie Maloney of That Business Show. When considering a new roof or repair, talk to Westfall Roofing. They've been installing high-quality roofs in Tampa Bay for over 25 years. Get a free, no-obligation estimate by calling 855-99-ROOFING. That's 855-99-ROOFING. Find out what already 15,000 satisfied customers already know. Call now, 855-99-ROOFING.
Are you looking for a local real estate firm that knows the market and has your interests in mind? Then contact Jim McPeak at McPeak Real Estate Firm, a family-owned business whose agents have over 60-plus years of experience in the Tampa Bay market. Many of the agents are military veterans that know the VA process for buying a home and are proud to help our military members in any way they can. From residential to commercial real estate, McPeak Real Estate Firm is here to help. Contact Jim at 813-495-3875 and learn more at McPeakTeam.com.
Have you considered a reverse mortgage as part of your retirement financial plan? For homeowners age 62 or older, a reverse mortgage from Access Reverse Mortgage is a safe, economical way to turn your home's equity into cash or monthly income. Access Reverse Mortgage is a family-owned company based right here in the Tampa Bay area for the past 10 years. They are A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau and Florida's leading reverse mortgage provider. Call 727-347-0305 or go to accessreverse.com to start your research today. NMLS number 4566. That's 727-347-0305.
Hey there, it's Lynn Wise, the founder of Wise Business Advisors and Contractor Business Alliance. I am a certified value builder advisor, and I help business owners build a company that will allow them to have the business that they dreamed of when they started. Why did you go into business for yourself? I'm sure it was not to work 100 hours a week with no work-life balance and no financial freedom. What am I talking about? I'm talking about building a business that provides value to you and your family now and in the future. You can learn about the 8 essential areas of a business that you must build to have a business that can be an asset for your future. Go to wisebusinessadvisors.com and take the Value Builder score. It is free and will deliver your score immediately on how you are doing on building a valuable business for you and your family. Or call me at 772-834-8513 to learn more about the Value Builder system.
From the Bright House Networks Traffic Center. Good morning. Roads are in pretty good shape around Tampa Bay. Yes, we have some slow traffic on the interstates, especially the Howard Franklin Bridge into Tampa, and of course the roads through downtown like I-4 and 275. Southbound 275 not looking too bad, just on the brakes from Bush Boulevard to Sly, and had a minor crash on 12th Street just north of Bierce, not really affecting Bierce Avenue at all. See traffic problems? Call the entry firm of Abraham Son and Udork Hillsborough Traffic Tip Line 866-545-9595.
This report is brought to you by the Foundation for a Better Life.
Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor?
Hi, neighbor.
Mr. Rogers passed along friendship, hoping we would too. Friendship. Pass it on from the Foundation for a Better Life at values.com.
Today, a 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms, high 90. Tonight, mostly cloudy, low 79. Tomorrow, a 30% rain chance, high 90.
You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney on 1250 Wins WHNZ. Once again, here's your host, Jamie Maloney.
And welcome back to the show, everybody. You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business. Again, you'll find the show on weekdays at 8 a.m. here on 1250 WHNZ, and learn more about the show over at tampabayradio.com. Currently talking to chiropractor Dr. Johanna Turner, and also for you want to contact her for any services, you best get her over your phone number 727-623-0992. Again, 727-623-0992. So, Dr. Turner, let's talk to the audience about some of the myths of chiropractic. One of the things is the pain. Is it painful to go to a chiropractor and get some of these adjustments done?
Right. Typically, it's not painful when you get adjusted. I mean, everyone's a little bit different on what they experience, but what I'm really good at is judging and gauging what your comfortable level is. And what I typically do, if you've never been to a chiropractor before, or if it's been a long time since your last adjustment, is I'm only going to do what I call a partial adjustment on you the first time. We'll get some things moving. I probably won't adjust everywhere that needs to be adjusted, but that way it'll get you warmed up, and then we'll follow back up with you in a couple of days to check out the rest of those areas and make sure it's as comfortable for you as possible.
And a lot of people think during the adjustments the bones are grinding against each other, and it kind of creates like an arthritic type of situation. But talk to me about what's really going on when these adjustments are being done.
Yeah, when your bones are out of place and you have a spinal subluxation, they're not grinding against each other per se. There should be a lot of healthy cartilage there and space between each area, but when they're stuck, gas will build up in between those joints. So when you do an adjustment and you realign those areas, sometimes you'll hear a pop or a release, and it's just a release of gas. And you shouldn't have that gas build up there, because you should have proper movement so it doesn't become built up, but different stresses cause that to happen. So we remove that so you have proper movement. So it actually helps prevent arthritis if you have proper movement in the spine.
Now, if people go to a chiropractor, once or twice, I mean, some people think that they're always going to have to go. Talk to me about, can this be just like, treatments during certain phases of something that's wrong with you?
Right. It depends on what you're looking for. If your only goal is to get out of pain and then you don't care about anything else, then you're only going to go while you're in pain. And then everyone's different. Like, my goal is to stay healthy overall, and I like to not have headaches, and I like to not have back pain, and I like to not get sick. So I make sure I maintain my spine on a weekly basis, and I get adjusted or at least checked one time a week to make sure that happens. So it can really help increase your overall lifestyle. And everyone's kind of different on what their goals are with that. But I would always recommend that my loved ones or my family get checked at least 2 times a month, if not every week, to make sure that they're functioning better so they don't have to get sick or they don't have to feel bad and those different types of ailments that they may get.
Can people do self-adjustments, or can they learn some of these techniques? And do you find that people try to do these things themselves? Talk to me a little bit about self-adjustments that people try to do.
It's like nails on a chalkboard for me when I see people adjust themselves. This is the problem. It can bring temporary relief, but usually what you're doing is you're not actually adjusting the segment that actually needs to be adjusted. You're usually adjusting the ones that are surrounding it, and that'll bring you temporary relief, but it'll actually cause more problems later, and it'll actually make it harder sometimes for the chiropractor to actually fix that problem. So I don't recommend it. I never advise for people to do it, because it does take a lot of training too, to know exactly what bones misalign and which way, and what's the proper way to put it back into proper alignment. That way you get the max benefit from it. I mean, I wouldn't go to my dentist and say, hey, let me feel my own cavities because I've seen you do it 1 or 2 times. Like, there's just tons of training that goes with that kind of stuff.
Right. So talk to me about chiropractic treatment for children. Is chiropractic care safe for children?
Absolutely. Actually, the earlier your child's spine gets checked is usually the better, because they don't develop the things that will develop in adulthood if they have proper alignment of the spine. So typically the first time someone actually gets misaligned or has a subluxation is actually due to the birthing process, so coming out of mom. So what I recommend and what we recommend at Hartley Chiropractic Center is you actually at least get your child checked right after they're born, within the first couple of weeks. If you remove that area that's subluxated, then you're going to save your child a lot of just problems down the road, like getting sick often, colic, just digestive issues, ear infections. And then that way they don't develop problems later on in life like we do, and it can help prevent scoliosis and different things like that.
How is health insurance treating chiropractic care these days?
Some health insurance will cover just a certain amount of visits. It just, everyone's policy is different. What I've noticed as health insurance has changed over the past couple of years is that people are more open to alternative types of medicine and therapy on helping to regain their health back naturally. So I find that the average person actually is more open to chiropractic care, and they want different things that are going to help decrease health costs later in life, and chiropractic can definitely do that as a preventative maintenance type of treatment.
Okay, so when somebody comes in for an initial consultation, talk to me about what you take them through. Do you do an x-ray on everybody? And so
not necessarily. When someone comes in for an initial consultation, I'm going to talk to them about how the body works. So I'll go through and I'll explain what I'm looking for, and I'm going to always check posture in my office. I'm going to check your outwardly posture, and I'll go through and I'll tell you what I find. And then the consultation will consist of me talking to someone about what they have going on, what drives them into the office, and things that they want to change or improve about their health. When I do an actual exam, I'm checking posture, I'm checking ranges of motion, I'm checking muscle strength. I do orthopedic neurological testing, and I actually check the spine too. I go through and I check for those areas of subluxation or misalignment of the spine and areas of muscle spasm. And then based off of that, if I feel like they have they need a recommendation for x-rays, then I'll recommend that they actually have x-rays taken. Typically, that appointment takes about 45 minutes to an hour, because I'm spending the most time with you to figure out exactly what you have going on. Typically, it is the most expensive appointment in the office. It's normally a $200 visit. What I do, since a lot of times wellness chiropractic is not covered under traditional insurance, is what I do is, like, if people meet me out in the community or if they hear me on the show, they can get that consultation exam for $40.
I know when I had lower back pains, and I still have it from time to time, my muscles would spasm into a position, and it would like pull me to my left side. So, and I would go into the chiropractic office, and my spine would literally be a curve.
Yeah.
And I mean, what's going on with that? Is it my muscles are trying to protect the damaged areas by taking pressure off that? What's going on with that?
Yeah. So muscles will tighten up around an area of weakness, or if you injure an area. So you'll get a muscle spasm, but you have to remember a lot of those muscles are actually attached to the spine. So when they're tight and they're going to pull that spine out of alignment, which is going to cause more nerve irritation to that area. So that nerve won't be able to tell that muscle to fully relax. So a lot of people will go and get a massage and the muscle will loosen up, but they'll notice a couple of days later that muscle tightens back up. It's because massage works great, but at the same time you have to make sure you have proper alignment of the spine so you get the max benefit.
Yeah, sometimes it's so bad it's obvious when I'm walking. Yeah. I'm leaning to the left, and sometimes it's just minor, but yeah, in severe cases, I mean, it's to where I can't even walk sometimes.
Right. And typically when I have patients that come in like that and they're so acute and inflamed, I have to check them several times within that week, because I'll get an adjustment in there, but those muscles are so tight, it'll pull the adjustment out. So I go back and I recheck them, and typically after the second adjustment, that really seems to loosen up the muscles and they get longer lasting results.
Yeah, what ended up curing my lower back pain was after repeated trips to the chiropractor and then to the neurologist, and they wanted to do spinal fusion surgery on me. I came across the treatment of VAX-D, vertical axial decompression therapy, which was nothing more than me going into a treatment facility once a day for 4 weeks and laying on a table and then stretching my lower back out and just kind of relieving the pressure on the spine, and that took care of me about 10 years ago. Well, we're heading to the bottom of the hour break, but Dr. Turner, great conversation. I appreciate you being in here this morning.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Again, that was Dr. Johanna Turner, chiropractor, and for services, you can get her via phone, 727-623-0992, 727-623-0992. You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business.
Hi, welcome to Yeager's. We just want to take a minute and show you what we're all about. At Yeager's, our primary business is hardwood flooring, although we are remodelers for kitchen, bath, and general construction. We operate a fleet of shop-at-home vans that have all the flooring-type products, hardwood flooring, laminate flooring, tiles, stone, what have you. So we're able to come out first with products in our vehicles and take a look at the setting, how the colors will work, and then to be able to come up with some options and ideas for you. If that's not good enough, we have a large distribution center that we inventory product and have a nice display area.
President's Award 3 years in a row. Simpson Air, 813-558-0858 or thecoolestguys.com. Simpson Air, they truly are the coolest guys in town.
From the Bright House Networks Traffic Center.
We're in pretty good shape on the roads around Tampa Bay right now. Just some slow traffic on the southbound side of the Veterans Expressway between Linebaugh and Waters. Howard Franklin Bridge still a bit slow into Tampa. It's not too terrible, though. Nothing outside the normal, I guess I should say. Southbound 275 through downtown, that is slow from I-4 to Howard and Armenia. And southbound I-75 is slow approaching I-4. See traffic problems? Call the entry firm of Abraham Son and Utica Hillsborough Traffic Tip Line 866-545-9595.
This report is brought to you by the Foundation for a Better Life.
Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor?
Hi, neighbor. Mr. Rogers passed along friendship, hoping we would too. Friendship, pass it on from the Foundation for a Better Life at values.com.
1250 winds weather center forecast. We'll see partly sunny skies, back to a more seasonable 40% chance of showers scattered throughout the afternoon. High today around 90 degrees, low in the upper 70s near 80. Expect an evening shower or two. Impact Radio 1250 winds.
You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney on 1250 Winds WHNZ. Once again, here's your host, Jamie Maloney.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business. Again, each and every weekday morning here on 1250 WHNZ at 8 a.m. A show with a positive message about what's going on in the Tampa Bay community as I talk to different business owners, entrepreneurs, political leaders, and anyone making a difference in and around the community. As always, I invite you over to my website, tampabayradio.com. Over there, you can catch all the past shows on demand. Just click on the show info tab on the homepage menu bar. Also, we do stream all shows live here in the studio, so there is a live stream button on the homepage so you can see the videos of what's going on here in the studio, and we throw up some additional information and sites up on the stream. So if you're just listening to us on the radio and you're sitting in your office, you can see a little bit more action up on the stream as well. Also, please connect with me on all the different social networking sites, facebook.com/That Business Show, Twitter under the name Jamie_Maloney, and you can find me on iTunes, SoundCloud, and YouTube as well. Time for my second guest for the show. Casey Ellison helped create EWI Construction in 2007 to bring high-quality construction services to his customers. He has a strong construction and development background combined with knowledge of the design processes. Some of EWI's many projects include the Oxford Exchange, Baycare, and countless residential developments. Casey, welcome to the show today.
Thanks for having me, Jamie.
Absolutely. So, Casey, tell me a little bit more about your background in construction, first of all, before EWI Construction.
Well, my father was in the construction business my whole life. So I grew up on in the construction business, hanging out on job sites, spent a lot of summers during my high school career and all the way through college working in the construction business. So you could say it's kind of in my blood at this point.
Right, and so you launched EWI Construction in 2007, correct?
We did, correct.
Okay, so what was the inspiration or the catalyst, so to speak, with your founding of EWI Construction?
I had recently left a large contractor, Beck, locally, and to start a development company with some customers that I had accumulated while at Beck. And got into the development world. We were doing retail development and a few other small developments. And I felt like there was a gap in the marketplace for that mid-sized commercial construction company and being able to handle themselves in a professional manner. And doing it in an organized fashion. So,
why gap? Elaborate on that for me. What do you mean by gap specifically in the marketplace?
I felt like the market needed a mid-level construction company. When I say mid-level, mid-sized projects,
okay,
that would act like and treat the customer like it was an institutional type construction process.
All right, so you're saying a lot of developers were focused more on either the high rises or the smaller scale developments, and it was lacking in kind of the mid-range development,
yes,
so to speak. And since 2007, you've done a number of projects. Just looking at your bio here, you got countless developments. What lends to your success out there? Because there's a number of developers out there in this marketplace that are struggling. What sets you apart from your competition?
I think a customer-centric focus. So the customer's always first. We take care of the customer first and foremost. I think we bring a different bent to construction that people enjoy. We do things like the art of construction, which is we do a photojournalistic journey through your project. So from the time that materials are procured to the time that the building is finished, there's a photojournalistic document that at the end of the day will kind of show us your journey over again. I think that we are very design focused, so I think that also helps. I think people.
What's going on in the Tampa market right now in the commercial development space? Tell me a little bit about what you're seeing out there from a developer's standpoint.
Tampa's an exciting place to be. Tampa, St. Pete, and Clearwater. So the Tampa Bay region is an exciting place to be. I think we've always talked about the potential of this marketplace in years past, but I think the potential is now really starting to happen.
Has a lot of this spurred off of the channel side development, Jeff Vinnick, and what's going on over there? Has that kind of been the catalyst for some of this, or has this been going on prior to the channel side announcement?
I think channel side definitely helps. I think it lends credibility. Anytime you have a person of Vinnick's stature and a capital partner of Cascade's stature believing in an area, I think that goes a long way. I think that a lot of the pieces were in place from the last development cycle. The residential that is downtown, even though it was sparse, you could say, it was functioning well, putting people down there. I think the mayor's or the city's investment in Curtis Hickson Park, I think a lot of the pieces were in place that started to make people feel good about urban Tampa. But I think that Vinnick has definitely lent credibility to it.
Now, one of your projects that I think everybody knows that's in the Tampa community is Oxford Exchange. It's just a fabulous place. People that aren't familiar with it, that's off of Kennedy over there near downtown, but just a fabulous place. How did you get involved with the Oxford Exchange project?
We heard rumors of it happening, and I happened to know Blake Casper through the years, and I kind of sought him out and told him how much we wanted to be involved in the project. And then we went through a selection process and then really spent the next 6 months working with their team, the architecture team out of Atlanta, to help forge the mission, the vision, what it was going to be, how people were going to function there.
The finishes, the finishes and the design of the place, it's just so unique. I wish we had more places, restaurants, and stores. It's also a bookstore and knick-knack store as well in and around the Tampa area, but it really has a uniqueness and stuff. The floors, what is the floors made out of in there? I think that's like a marble or something in there, is it?
In the atrium, it is a marble. Mm-hmm. It's a 36 by 36 marble that we had. We picked it out and shipped it from Carrara, Italy to be fabricated in China, and then brought it from China back to Tampa and installed it here.
Now, talk to me about what's on the horizon, or what projects are you involved in right now in the Tampa region, or even abroad over in St. Pete? What's going on with the EWI construction right now?
We are currently working on Salty's Restaurant on Clearwater Beach, which is a new concept that the Krabby Bills guys are working on. We've got 3 or 4 multifamily projects under construction right now. We are working on a fitness center. We are working.
I remember last time we spoke, the 7th Avenue Hotel. You were on my show back when I was doing the real estate show, but whatever became of that, the 7th Avenue Hotel?
So we're in the process of securing kind of the last pieces of the equity on that project. Our goal is to break ground first quarter next year. We can't talk about it yet, but we have a great flag that's going to be a huge deal for Tampa when we announce. And that project's very exciting for Ybor City. It's very exciting for Tampa.
Now, do you do developments across the bay as well? I mean, you're over in Clearwater. I mean, do you go north? Is it just strictly – where do you like to work at, though? Is it mostly in downtown Tampa?
We like the Tampa Bay region. We function well in the Tampa Bay region. We've worked as far away as Jacksonville, but the majority of our work is here locally.
And how large have you grown the firm to since 2007? Tell me a little about the size and the structure of EWI Construction.
We are about 30 employees now. We have an annual volume of 35 to 40 million, so it's grown quite a bit since the beginning.
Now, you've also won a number of different awards. It's the 2012 Contractor of the Year, but take me through some of the different awards and things that have set you apart from other developers in the Tampa region.
I think that award in particular was an honor because it was kind of validation from the architecture community that they understood that we really do love design and we love participating in design. The Oxford Exchange. Through Oxford Exchange, we won the Historical Preservation Award from the Florida Historical Preservation Society.
Mm-hmm.
We won the NAIOP Project of the Year.
What is that, NAIOP? What is that? Is that an acronym for something? That's all right. Don't worry about it. That's fine. Go ahead.
And we've run a few architectural awards actually for the Baycare project on Swan Avenue as well.
Yeah, the Baycare project just down the road from myself on Swan Avenue there. That was an amazing build out right there. I mean, that place is pretty big. So you do not only residential and restaurant, but you get into a number of medical facilities then too, correct?
We do. Our portfolio is heavy on hospitality. We do a lot of restaurant work, and we do medical and multifamily.
Now, what about residential, just smaller house building, things of that nature? Do you get any residential, or do you strictly stay over there on the commercial spaces?
We do build residential. Our typical residentials are very custom and kind of one of a kind. Probably our average home, probably in the $2 to $3 million range.
So you do custom work then? So you're not doing small buildings.
We do not do speculative
How's the custom market out there? Is there a good demand? I mean, I sell real estate on the lower end. I don't know too much about the higher end market right now, but what are you seeing out there in the higher end custom market?
There's a lot of it going on. Folks are really excited about taking their plans from the past and bringing them back and getting them done now. So I mean, we're seeing a big push in that marketplace.
And how's the challenges out there in the marketplace for building and developing? Are you getting a lot of support from the community, the politicians, the commissioners, things of that nature when you got projects out there? Or, I mean, how's the marketplace treating you for getting projects off the paper and on the actually out there on the build out?
It's slow going. I think it's more to do with volume. I think that's where the root of all difficulties in the construction and development world right now are purely based on there's just so much going on, and I don't think that everybody was quite ready and staffed up for the push, including cities and counties and
So it's we're definitely in a very good expansionary time for commercial projects in right now versus years past.
We are.
When did that take off? I think I kind of touched on this before, but this was kind of going on before the channel side development kind of took root. I mean, now a lot of people are excited. No prices per square foot are going up in the commercial space down in the channel side region, things of that nature. But, when was this, in 2007 and 8 when we had the downturn in the residential market, did that also hit the commercial space very hard?
It did. And actually, during those years, we did more custom residential than we did commercial work. That market continued through those slow times, whereas the commercial business kind of fell apart.
Yeah, and you founded EWI Construction in 2007, so
Yes.
you kind of got in at the worst time. I myself got into real estate selling residential properties in 2007, so we both found our way through the mess and everything. So we're definitely bright horizons are on the approach now, I would say. So, I mean, what's your outlook for the commercial space in years to come? Are we going to enjoy several years of good development in the Tampa region?
I certainly hope so. I think so. I think there was such a stop in the marketplace. I think there's a lot of pent up demand that we're feeding now, and I think the exciting things going on in Tampa. We're going to get a positive migration from other places, and I think we got a good run in this now.
Currently talk with Casey Ellison. He's the CEO and managing partner with EWI Construction. You can learn more about them at ewiconstruction.com. Again, ewiconstruction.com. You're currently listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business.
Are you in need of new flooring or ready to tackle that home remodeling project? Then contact Yeager & Company Incorporated, a family-owned, state-certified general contracting business with over 70 years of experience and the recipient of the Angie's List Super Service Award for the last 8 years in multiple categories. Yeager & Company comes to you with their shop-at-home flooring sales service, and their hardwood flooring refinishing is the very best in the Bay. Kitchen and bath design featuring American-made, well-born cabinets, and all work is done by employees, not subcontractors. Learn more at YeagerFlooring.com. Bud Spriggs and Movement Mortgage want you to experience the thrill of one-day underwriting and the comfort in knowing your loans will be clear to close in record time. While the competition looks to a lost closing date, Bud Spriggs and Movement Mortgage focus on their 12-day clear to close. They do this by utilizing their world-class operations staff to underwrite your loan within 6 hours, process your loan in 12 days, and have your loan closed in time. Underwritten in 6 hours, cleared to close in 12 days. Bud Spriggs and Movement Mortgage.
Tampa Bay weather is a roof killer. That's why when getting your roof done, you want it done right. Hi, I'm Jamie Maloney of That Business Show. When considering a new roof or repair, talk to Westfall Roofing. They've been installing high-quality roofs in Tampa Bay for over 25 years. Get a free, no-obligation estimate by calling 855-99-ROOFING. That's 855-99-ROOFING. Find out what already 15,000 satisfied customers already know. Call now, 855-99-ROOFING.
Are you looking for a local real estate firm that knows the market and has your interests in mind? Then contact Jim McPeak at McPeak Real Estate Firm, a family-owned business whose agents have over 60-plus years of experience in the Tampa Bay market. Many of the agents are military veterans that know the VA process for buying a home and are proud to help our military members in any way they can. From residential to commercial real estate, McPeak Real Estate Firm is here to help. Contact Jim at 813-495-3875 and learn more at McPeakTeam.com.
Have you considered a reverse mortgage as part of your retirement financial plan? For homeowners age 62 or older, a reverse mortgage from Access Reverse Mortgage is a safe, economical way to turn your home's equity into cash or monthly income. Access Reverse Mortgage is a family-owned company based right here in the Tampa Bay area for the past 10 years. They are A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau and Florida's leading reverse mortgage provider. Call 727-347-0305 or go to accessreverse.com to start your research today. NMLS number 4566. That's 727-347-0305.
From the Bright House Networks Traffic Center.
Crash in St. Pete along northbound 275 near 54th Avenue North. The left lane blocked there. Delays through that area. Also, it's still delays off the Howard Franklin Bridge into Tampa. Once you get past the West Shore area, though, you're good to go into downtown Tampa. Southbound 275, westbound I-4 through downtown, of course, still slow as well. See traffic problems? Call the injury firm of Abraham Son and Uterick Hillsborough Traffic Tip Line, 866-545-9595.
This report is brought to you by iHeartMedia.
At iHeartMedia, we've harnessed the power of sound in a way that can help you expand your reach to a new group of target customers and grow your business through customized and effective advertising. Call 844-BUY-RADIO or go to iHeartMedia.com.
Today, a 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms, high 90. Tonight, mostly cloudy, low 79. Tomorrow, a 30% rain chance, high 90.
You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney on 1250 Wins WHNZ. Once again, here's your host, Jamie Maloney.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business. Again, you'll find this show on here weekdays at 8 a.m. here on 1250 WHNZ as I talk to different business owners, entrepreneurs, political leaders, people making a difference in and around the Tampa Bay and regional communities. Also, I extend an invite to any and all business owners or people just wanting to make an appearance on the show to talk about what they're doing in the community. As long as it's a positive message, I do invite you in. Please contact me. Best way to get me is my contact form over at tampabayradio.com. Also on the site, you'll notice I do sell real estate. I'm a real estate professional with Coldwell Banker in the Tampa, Florida region, and I've been selling real estate about over 8 years now, specializing in the sale of bank-owned properties, aka foreclosures. And on the site, you can peruse all the different real estate listings in and around the Tampa Bay region, as well as see all of my pre-listed properties specific just to me and my team. There's a link on the homepage that says pre-list properties, and many people are not aware, but people like myself who list these bank-owned properties, they're assigned to us weeks to months in advance of ever actually hitting the MLS. And so you can know about them ahead of time only on my website, again, at tampabayradio.com, and begin to conduct your due diligence. And also, if you're in the marketplace to sell your home, I do offer a free home valuation. There is a link on the homepage that says sell your home. Click on that, put in the information on your home, and we'll shoot you over a free home valuation. Typically get those out within about 48 business hours. Currently talk with Casey Ellison, CEO and managing partner of EWI Construction. Learn more about them at EWI Construction. And Casey, you're telling me during the break that your company, again, EWI Construction, has a mentoring program. Talk to the community about this.
Yeah, mentoring is a passion of my partner, Anthony Italiano. And he's launching a mentoring program in the fall called M Project. They're taking applications online now, actually. You could go to our website at www.ewiconstruction.com and click the link, and you can file your application there. And his vision is to bridge the gap between education and real experience. So the thought is that while you're in your final semesters in school, that you can kind of see the way a small business entrepreneurial type program or
that's good. I always talk about the importance of giving back and teaching those underneath of us trying to learn what it is that we're doing. So you're looking for what kind of college level people that want to get into development? Are you looking for the general handyman also to get out there and actually hammer some nails, or are you looking at somebody for the development side more?
No, more for the development side. And it does not have to be someone who wants to be in the real estate. It probably more someone that wants to be an entrepreneur and wants to learn about the struggles and the challenges and the opportunities that come with being an entrepreneur.
What's it like a day in the life of a developer? Do you spend most of your time behind a desk, pushing papers, dealing with different regulatory issues? But take me through a day in the life of a developer in the Tampa region. How do you spend your days these days?
There's no typical day, but I spend a lot of time out at the projects, talking to the superintendents, talking to the customers. Probably don't spend enough time sitting down at a computer.
So each project though takes just so long to bring it to fruition. Though is kind of what I'm getting at. So you spend so much of your time into the regulatory issues, the paperwork, the planning, and to actually see that come to fruition. What's the typical timeline from when you get hired to bring on a project? Let's just say it's a remodel. Let's not even talk about something from the ground floor, a renovation of a building in downtown Tampa, for instance. What's the time frame for getting that completed?
On the short side, we spend 6 to 8 months on the planning process, and then whatever however big the project is at that point, then the construction process is what it is. But yes, you are correct. The amount of time, planning, and effort that goes in on the front side it's a time that I wish I could shorten sometimes. But the better the planning, the better the time, usually the better the project. So.
And so cash flow management, things of that nature. I mean, doing what you do is definitely got to be just a tremendous challenge because it's so out of the box dealing with all these, different issues, regulations, things of that nature to get the project, to the final stages, which is what, people want to see.
Yes, it is definitely a challenge.
Now, what are some of the, what areas do you specialize in? What is your favorite type of projects or design styles or architectural styles? I mean, what is EWI construction like to get involved in?
From a design standpoint, I feel like we do a good job of on a per project basis, per customer basis, figuring out what the design needs to be, and then going out and to the design professional market and finding the right person for that design. I don't think we fall into one style. From a product mix type, I think our specialty is hospitality, medical. And
you got a number of different medical projects on your bio there and everything. So you definitely taking off in the Tampa area right now. Medical facilities, things of that nature.
Absolutely.
And how does the development in Tampa compare to the other communities in Florida? Is it more of a challenge in Tampa versus St. Petersburg to get projects off the ground? But tell me a little bit about how the different communities around the area differ in terms of developmental challenges.
I think Tampa is probably one of the more friendly permitting and regulatory cities in the region. I find that it seems that cities are very easy to function in from a regulatory standpoint and a permitting standpoint, and then you get into the county, it becomes a little slower, a little less focused, and that just may be, their jurisdiction's much larger. They have a much different approach to things.
So you're saying once you get out of the city, you run into a number of different, bigger challenges dealing with the counties then versus the cities?
Yeah. Yes.
And so what's going on over in St. Petersburg? We hear a lot about the downtown St. Petersburg area. Are you involved in some projects over in that area? And how do you see that compared to Tampa?
We are. St. Pete is, I think St. Pete, from a regulatory standpoint, is just, I think they're overwhelmed because so much is happening in St. Pete. I mean, St. Pete is just an amazing place. If you get a chance, I would go spend a weekend walking around St. Pete. I mean, it's grown leaps and bounds, and there's tons of stuff to do over there. I mean, it's just a great.
Is St. Petersburg more of a developer-friendly city than Tampa then, or is there just more demand over in St. Petersburg versus Tampa right now, for instance, for these types of projects?
I think both cities are developer-friendly. I think it's just a function of workload. I think they're just trying to get a lot of projects done and approved and started over there. Whereas Tampa, I would argue, is probably a little bit behind St. Pete from that perspective.
And again, I'm over at your website here on EWI Construction. It's a nifty little website here. You got a nice little comic strip here that takes you through the different parts of your business and everything. Who did the comic strip for your website there? That's pretty interesting. Do you remember that?
Yeah, Anthony Italiano, my partner, works on that with a graphic artist out of Orlando.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot think of his name right now, but
we're
actually about to issue another. We're about to have a new issue out in the next.
It's definitely a creative website there. I was just looking at it, perusing the different things and projects that you're involved in, again, over at EWI Construction. Well, I got to wrap this one up. Casey Ellison, CEO and Managing Partner of EWI Construction. Thank you very much for being in studio today.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And learn more about them over at EWIConstruction.com. Also, thank you to Dr. Johanna Turner, who was on the first part of the show, chiropractor, and you can get in touch with her again, 727-623-0992. Be sure to visit TampaBayRadio.com for show updates and catch me in here tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. on That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business.